Welcome, dear students. Expecting you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah, and you are using your time properly, though you are staying at your home. And I think you are getting ready for facing the reality, for facing the real world, and for facing the practical world. And you know, your HSC level is very important for your life because it is the turning point of your life. You know, actually, if you use your time properly in this period, definitely we expect that you will shine and you will be successful. For that reason, you will not waste your time, and for that reason, you will be prepared yourself. You will prepare yourself for facing the reality. Today, we are going to discuss our lesson, which is very important not for the students but for all the guardians and all the researchers, all the thinkers related to the area of children. So it is based on child psychology. It is based on child psychology, and this is very important for knowing the psychological world of the children, because actually they don't like to face the harsh reality. They don't want to face the cruelty of the world. They want to enjoy their life with nature, with innocent world. For that reason, it is very important to diagnose the psychological state of children. It is very important, and this unit 4, lesson 3, I think this is very important for that reason. And after finishing the lesson, definitely you will be able to know something else. What is that? You will be able to be introduced with a poet named William Blake. He belongs to the romantic period. He is a romantic poet. He is very famous for investigating two states of human mind. What is that? One is innocence, another is experience. And you know, the children lives in the world of innocence. The children lives in the world of innocence, and they would like to. They are very fond of passing their time with the innocent objects of the nature. For that reason, they are really unable to face the cruelty of the world. But it is a common scenario that they don't want to go to school. It is not a common scenario for our country only, but it is a common scenario all over the world, that the children don't want to go to school. But they want to play, they want to pass enjoyable time, they want to pass enjoyable time. So why they don't want to go to school? Because actually they want to enjoy an environment which is completely absent in school, though it should be. So they don't see the same picture which is drawn inside themselves in the school. For that reason, their actual expectation and the reality is completely reverse, and for the reason they don't want to go to school. So it is very important to diagnose the psychological state of the children. Otherwise, really the children will grow up in such a world which will seem to them that it is really a world of harshness. And this lesson, the titled on why does a child hate school? What is the reason? What is the reason of unintending to go to school? Why? Children's right to education also implies that the school they go to will have a pleasant and learning friendly environment. Yes, this is the right of the children. This is the right of the children, that they will get an environment which is really pleasurable and friendly. Their learning will be friendly. So it is their expectation, where everyone will have an enjoyable time. Yes, all the children will just pass an enjoyable time, and teachers will be kind, caring and supportive. It is their legal right. It is definitely the teachers will be kind, caring and supportive, and children will feel relaxed. Yes, their imagination will come true, and they will get such an environment which is completely based on their imagination, their expectation. And for that reason, the teachers and the environment should be supportive, should be caring, should be kind for the children, so that they can just enjoy their time with pleasure, and so that they can feel relaxed. No harsh words will be spoken to them. Actually, the innocent children and the children completely dislike and completely unready to accept the harshness of the world. So all the words which are harsh is completely unexpected for them. So they don't expect harsh words, and special care will be taken of children with learning disabilities. And yes, they will they are not ready to learn the real world. For that reason, their disabilities will found out, but their disabilities will be actually considered with special care, and these disabilities will turn into abilities by proper caring. That unfortunately is not the general picture in our schools. Yes, we are very unfortunate. We are very sorry to say that actually this type of environment is completely absent in our school, and for that reason the children don't get that type of environment, that type of picture in their schools. The system of education in our part of the world does not allow children much freedom. Yes, the children don't get freedom. The children actually are bound to follow some rules and regulations which are completely unexpected, and classrooms look like more cages where they are pent up for hours, and they are bound to spend hours after hours, and this time just like they are living, they are just passing some time in a cage, in a jail. They are not getting an enjoyable environment. For that reason, this intolerable situation has they have to tolerate this intolerable, unbearable time and situation. Rabindranath Tagore, it is an Stern University in Unit 6. Afterwards you will be able to know about this lesson. This is very important. For getting a clear idea of university. Found it unexpectable. So did William Blake, an English poet and painter, I told you before, whose favorite subjects included children. And William Blake actually he chose the two words which are which includes innocence and experience. And William Blake actually pointed out that things, and William Blake very clearly just focused on the crisis of the children, and the crisis of the children who just live in the world of innocence. In his poem, The Schoolboy, William Blake just writes about a young boy who is unhappy with his school, where dour-faced teachers give joyless lessons. Actually, it is our duty, it is our duty, the duty of the teachers to boost up the children's confidence, to boost up the children's psychology. It is not our duty to make them disheartened. So the children should, it is the right to get an enjoyable environment, to get a favorable environment. It is the right, but it is true. It is true. We are sorry to say that they are getting some dour-faced teachers who just give them lessons which is really joyless. So they should give them joyous lessons, but they are giving joyless lessons, and it becomes a burden for them. He would rather like to be outdoors and enjoy the summer day. The children, they always want to pass their time with nature and with playing games, and playing with their friends, playing with birds, playing with nature, playing with trees, playing with rivers. Actually, this is the real thing for the children, and it is the reality. It should be the very golden memories for the childhood life. He pleads with his parents to rescue him from the drudgery of school. That means they are suffering a lot. They are suffering a lot. The very boy, which is really focused on the poem, he pleads, he appeals, he requests his parents to rescue him, to actually relieve him from this intolerable situation, sufferable situation, and they don't want to just pass this time with this drudgery of school. This is really intolerable for them. So this is the appeal for all the children, that at the very early of the morning they feel very cry, and they become very reluctant to go to school. Regarding this passage, regarding these lines, we can enjoy a video clip related to this area. I think this video clip will make you clear. Will make you clear about the real world of the children, and real suffering of the children, and the expectation of the children. So, my dear students, please let's enjoy the video clip.
The Schoolboy by William Blake. I love to rise in a summer morn, when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outborne, the little ones spend a day in sighing and dismay. Ah, then at times I drooping sit, and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through the dreary shower. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing, and forget his youthful spring? O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy? Or bless the mellowing year? When the blasts of winter appear.
So, dear students, I think after enjoying the video clip, you can be clearly, we can clearly understand what is the problem, what is the expectation of the children, actually what we are doing and what should be done. It is clearly just seen in the video clip. Just look at the poem, The Schoolboy by William Blake. I told you William Blake was a very renowned poet of Romantic period, and very clearly William Blake states two states of human mind and human world. What is that? World of innocence and world of experience. And through these two worlds, he clearly pointed out that the children who are living the world of innocence, and they get their playmates with birds, as birds or natural environment like that, because actually this cruel world or the real world is completely unknown to them. For that reason, they don't want to face the harsh reality. And in this way, William Blake, I think, very fruitfully, very meaningfully, and just focuses on this point, and it's very important to realize, and it should be realized by everybody. And otherwise we will destroy the childhood of the children. And really it is very pathetic that we should not we are not considering the fact of the children's mind. If we go through the poem, it is written in this way: I love to rise in a summer when the birds sing on every tree. They think that they are actually they are in the same class with of birds or other natural objects. So here a child just expresses his thinking in this way, that he would like to rise in a summer when the birds sing on every tree. That means they very consciously that their mind is confined to the state of the natural objects and innocent beings of the environment. The distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. It is a common scenario, especially in our country in spring. when the cuckoo sings, the children always just try to copy the cuckoo's songs and try to repeat that one by themselves. It is very common scenario. So they would like to sing with the skylark, oh what sweet company. Actually this company is really sweeter for the children. They enjoy the company of these birds. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. It drives all joy away. Actually this summer morn is really, summer morning, the morning of the summer is really enjoyable for the children, for the people of some countries where summer is very enjoyable season for them. And in that season, the children of that area, of those areas, actually they would like to pass the time with enjoyable objects, and their enjoy or their pleasure will go away if they are bound to just go to school at that time under a cruel eye. Out on the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Yes, they just like to pass their summer morning with birds, with other living beings, and with environment, with the nature, but they are bound to spend their time with a harsh, cruel, real world. And for that reason, their time just are spent with sighing and dismay. And then at times I dropping sit and spend many an anxious hour. They are expecting to be relieved from this case or from this anxious time. So actually that the time which is spent inside school, the time is completely full of anxiety, and they are expecting to be relieved from this anxious hour or from this anxious place. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning borrow. Yes, they don't get any pleasure learning anything from their book. They don't get any pleasure learning anything from their book. For that reason, actually they like to just pass the time in such a way which will give them pleasure. And you know, actually this time seems to them that is really unbearable, and they don't get any pleasure. They don't get any pleasure sitting inside school, inside their classroom, and they don't get any pleasure learning anything from the book or from their teachers. On through with the dreary shower, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? It is really tough. Actually the birds are born to sing in the open air. If you just bound it in a cage, it will be really tough for it will be impossible for the bird to sing in a cage. Actually sometimes we feel the singing of a song is sitting a bird inside a cage. Actually this is not a song. This is the song of the bird's suffering. So it is very tough for a child to sing a song sitting in the classroom, because it looks like a cage for them. How can a child, when fears annoy, but drops his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Yes, this actually we should not kill their tender wing. We should not actually cut their tender wing. We should not actually destroy the pleasurable time that they should spend in their child age. And it is really they are suffering and they are getting pain because their tender wing is cut, and they really can't enjoy their youthful spring. And the environment actually tries or pressurizes them to forget their youthful spring. Oh father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away. It is very important. This line is very important and very meaningful. The birds should not be nipped, and the birds of a flower, if the birds of a flower is pressurized, or if we press the birds with harshness, definitely it will not bloom, and definitely its blossoms blown away. And if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy? Actually taking snatching all the enjoyable things from the children, it should not be expected, and we should not expect some enjoyable time from them, because actually we are snatching away from their enjoyable time from them, and we are snatching the enjoyable summer from them, and we are expecting their pleasurable face. We should not expect that things from them. And or the summer fruits appear, or how shall we gather and griefs destroy, or blaze the mellowing year when the blast of winter appear. Dear students, that's all in this poem. Actually, the poem signifies many things, and the poem denotes many important things. It should be realized. It should be realized, and definitely the thinker should think it again. Why? Because actually if we don't think about the child psychology, if we don't examine the child psychology, actually we will destroy our nation. So for that reason, of course, we have to study the psychology of the child, and we have to study about the expectation of the children, so that they can get a good environment to grow up. And through the poem, if you summarize the poem, it will be clear, and if you go through the poem, if you explain the poem, you will be clear about the sorrows and sufferings of the children. Why does a child hate school, and the sufferings of the schoolboy? So you should go through the poem. If you are asked to write down a theme of the poem, what will you do? Definitely you will write down in this way. The poem focuses on the sorrows and sufferings of a schoolboy, and through the poem the poet wants to point out the uninclination of the schoolboy, why they don't want to go to school, why they hate school, because actually the environment of the classroom or environment of the school is really devoid of all their expectation. We fail to fulfill their expectation. For that reason, they don't want to go to their classroom, and definitely it is our duty to ensure the rights of the children. It is our duty to ensure a pleasurable environment of school. It is our duty to ensure their pleasurable life. It is our duty to ensure their best childhood. It is our duty to just ensure the life of the children through which they will be able to enjoy every phase of their life. It is our duty, but we are doing the adverse thing. So that's all for the class today, my dear students. In this class, I think you have already clearly understood the sorrows and sufferings of the children and the crisis of the psychological world of the children. And I think you can be clearly understood. You can clearly understand what is the real problem of the children. Why does a child hate school? What are the problems for which the children don't want to go to school? They want to play with the natural objects, but they don't want to be actually here. They don't want to be in a case of a school. Why the school looks like a case for them? All these things are written here clearly. So if you sum up the lesson, you can just tell in this way. The lesson actually focuses on the real world of the children, and definitely our disabilities of understanding the psychological state of the children. In this way the lesson actually deals with. And dear students, before finishing the class, definitely I should repeat one thing more. What is that? That is, yes, your normal activities of your life are hampered, and don't think it in this way. You have to think that the proper utility of your time, the proper value of time, and you will use your time properly. It is our expectation, because I think actually the time of HSC level is very short, very short. Time is very short, but art is very long. That means activities is very long. Through this short time, definitely you have to cover up lots of books, and syllabus is definitely a big syllabus. So if you waste your time, it will be very tough for you to cover the whole syllabus. and definitely after HSC level, of course, you are intending to enter a higher educational institution. That institutions should be your expected institution, and for that reason you have to prepare yourself from this time. So please use your time properly and take care take care of yourself, take care of your family, and be safe, and definitely you should stay at your home. So thank you, my dear students. That's all for today. Thank you very much.